Alrighty, so starting off a new vlog here. It's Tuesday, December 1st, having a pretty busy day at work, and that similar notion having a pretty busy sneaker day as well. So I was so busy at work today, I didn't get a chance to scoop these up from my local boutique. These actually released yesterday, November 30th. I missed on sneakers. The local boutique, I guess, is closed on Monday, so they dropped them first come, first serve on a Tuesday. It's funny too, because as part of that release was this pair of golden white mids. I actually got those on the Nike app and quickly canceled the transaction because I realized I really didn't need them. Also, when I've been getting a chance today, I've been digging through all of this vintage gear that has come into my possession lately. So my parents have been doing a deep clean of the house because we're getting a portion of it renovated, and all of this vintage goodness has been coming out. Some of it's too big for me, so I'll be listing that on various selling platforms. You could also follow me on Instagram at Stuff Dylan Sells. I sell mainly sneakers, but maybe I'll throw some apparel on there. And then on top of that as well, I've had some things come in. So I have both these pairs of the ZX8000. These are so fun. These are a New Balance 327. I'd argue is one of the hottest GRs this year. I'll have a separate video on these and the two other New Balance samples I picked up, but these are in the works as well. I have a pair of shoes coming in tomorrow that may not make the cut for this video. So my mind is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour right now, but it's all good stuff. I'm gonna check back in with you guys in a little bit because I made another sneaker purchase that we're gonna go out and pick up. Alright, so we've made it to the destination, sold out Jersey City. Traffic was pretty killer, but we're here to pick up the item that I'll show you guys, but before that I'm sure we'll take a look around the store. Alrighty, so we're back in the lab, and we have the package in hand. Just want to give another shout out to those guys that sold out over in Jersey City, New Jersey. It's a buy, sell, trade shop down there. I'm usually pretty hesitant to buy from resale shops like this one, just because, you know, they upcharge like crazy sometimes, and, you know, it's part of their business model, so I get it. But in this case, and in many cases, you run into good deals, so you just gotta act on them fast. I know I slept on a few things from there in the past. But anyway, I don't think I highlighted it, but I keep a pretty close eye on their Instagram page. And I saw these things listed for $150 in gently used condition, so I couldn't pass them up, bought them sight unseen, and then picked them up last night. Before I get ahead of myself opening up the box here, it comes in this black pull-out Nike box with small hits of Supreme branding. It's very similar to the other Supreme collab Nikes that we've seen in the past. And then within the box as well is this white Nike paper with co-branded Nike and Supreme details. Opening these things up, you'll see this pair of Nike Air Max Pluses. There we go. So these things are pretty loud, but comparatively speaking, these are the most quiet of the three that came out. So the official colorway on these things is University Red and Varsity Maize, and they came out in tandem with the Mean Green pair in late October, and then following that was a white and red pair that came out in early November. All three pairs as part of their Fall/Winter 2020 collection. I tried for all three pairs on the days of their respective releases, and it was bot ridden as you'd expect. And then same story with Nike sneakers. as you guys know, it's pretty much a guaranteed L, so I'm really glad to have gotten the delayed W on these things. So for you guys that don't know about the Nike Air Max Plus, it initially debuted in 1998 and has been a staple for many running sneaker enthusiasts throughout the years. This pair obviously was a Supreme collab and is noted as the Fire Pink colorway, although the box again reads University Red and Varsity Maze. Retail on these things was $180, I believe, might have been $190, but again, grabbing them at $150, which is 40 or 30 bucks under retail, can't beat it. There are a ton of Air Max Plus GR colorways. Nike went ahead and did their thing and flooded the market with these things. A lot of those pairs are super loud and super bright, but Supreme being Supreme obviously added their own twist to these pairs, and you could see them mainly at this red to pink gradient. And then within this color gradient of red to pink is this sort of caging system, or TPU. I had to do a Google search. It stands for thermoplastic polyurethane, and Nike's calling them fingers, which is interesting. But you could see distinctly on this right shoe that it faintly reads Supreme, which is an amazing detail to me. Might honestly be my favorite detail of the actual pairs of sneakers. On the left shoe, it's more of an inverted one, so the right is definitely the better look, or at least the more correct look. There are some additional Supreme hits at the tongue and the black lace tips that read World Famous, as well as this red hang tag and the red co-branded insole, which reads Supreme and Nike Air. As for the actual materials on the sneaker, it's mainly a thick mesh with small hits of the shiny and synthetic leather. These obviously being a runner, comfort comes to mind initially, and it is definitely a comfortable sneaker. You can see the foam midsole that utilizes Nike's tuned air cushioning, and specifically at the midsole you can see the 4 airbags. This combination creates a super comfortable ride. I have a bunch of runners in the collection, as you may know, and I would boldly put these towards the top of the list as far as comfort goes. But harping back on materials really quickly, these being a retro runner and being a Nike retro runner specifically, don't expect the craziest quality materials on here. There are some certain quality control issues of your typical glue stains and some funky looking paint here and there, but overall, that's essentially Nike being Nike. In its roots, there's really nothing premium or plush on the materials on the Nike Air Max Pluses. They're, widespread available runners at a high retail price. For this pair specifically, you're paying a heightened retail price just for the Supreme branding and probably the comfort, not really the materials. As for sizing on these guys, I went with a size 10, which is half size up from my usual 9.5s that I get in Jordans. I find the size 10 to be my sweet spot for Air Maxes. I find most Air Maxes to run a bit snug. I'd imagine I'd be cool with a 9.5 as well, but those will obviously have more snug feel, while these 10s give me that extra room that I prefer. Overall, really love this pair, glad to have in the collection, and it oddly resembles and shares a lot of similarities to the Nike Air Max Tailwind 4 that I have in the stash. I have an inline GR pair that I've made a video on, as well as this Supreme collab pair. The difference between these and these though is that these ultimately bricked, I guess depending on your definition of a brick. You could find these Air Max Tailwind 4s in the resale market in both colorways for pretty close to retail. Pre-owned, you could probably find them under retail as well. So I mean, I guess in that same vein, these things are kind of bricks too. Not really, because I haven't seen a used pair for anything under $250 on eBay in this colorway, so I really came up on these at $150, but at the same time, I don't think this is a shoe for everybody. I think this is something that has a lot of value right now because a lot of people are at home because of, what's going on in the world. And there's a market for reselling sneakers no matter what they are, it seems. And I think this is a sneaker that fell victim to being a hyped up release, but not something that most people necessarily like. But in any case, if you want this pair of the Air Max Pluses, or the mean green pair, the white and red pair, I definitely recommend staying tuned to your local resale shops, keep an eye on eBay, and eventually I think these things will drop in price at some point, hopefully. Can't predict the market, but that's just my thought. But really, that wraps it up for this one. Let me know what you guys think of the deal I got on these at $150, and then even beyond that, what do you think of the Supreme collab Nike Air Max Pluses as a whole? I'd love to know what you guys think about them. I'd love to know if there's something you'd rock, something you'd go back and buy, etc., etc. You guys know what it is. Additionally, if you guys could show me some love by dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel, it goes a really long way. I've been trying to spice up the video formats here, so if it's something you like, definitely let me know. Lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at StuffDylanLikes. I'm usually posting these things pretty fast over there. That's all for now though. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.